If you rely on Social Security benefits, or expect to in the future, President Trump's latest media briefing is one you cannot afford to miss. In honor of the 90th anniversary of the Social Security Act, Trump not only praised the program's historic significance, but also made bold claims about major improvements, fraud crackdowns, tax relief for seniors, and long-term protection of benefits. These remarks came with sharp criticism of the previous administration, pointed promises about the program's future, and a detailed introduction of his Social Security Commissioner, Frank Bisignano. But behind the soundbites are sweeping policy claims that could directly impact your checks and your retirement security. Before we unpack the specifics, let's start with the bigger question. How much of this is tangible progress, and how much is political framing? Trump emphasized that these changes are meant to make Social Security stronger, bigger, and better than ever. He insisted the program is now secure for 90 years and beyond, a stark contrast to projections that it could face funding shortfalls within the next decade. We're going to walk through every major point he made, from service improvements to database cleanups to the elimination of Social Security taxes for many seniors, and assess what it means for you. You're watching Social Security Post. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the updates that could shape your financial future. Trump began the briefing by framing Social Security as one of the most consequential pieces of legislation in American history, signed into law by President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1935. He noted that nearly 60 million seniors currently depend on it for peace of mind and a life of dignity in retirement. His choice to focus on the program's anniversary wasn't just symbolic, it was a calculated moment to position himself as a defender of a program that cuts across party lines. By highlighting this milestone, he connected today's debates to the program's original intent, providing economic stability for aging Americans. He also reminded viewers of his campaign pledge to always protect Social Security, calling it a sacred promise to seniors. Trump sought to contrast his approach with what he described as reckless handling by Democrats, claiming that without his administration's actions, the program would have been in serious jeopardy within a matter of years. This framing sets the stage for his broader argument that his leadership has not only preserved Social Security, but actively strengthened it. It's a powerful narrative aimed directly at seniors who may feel uneasy about the program's future. A significant portion of the briefing was dedicated to criticizing how Social Security was managed under the Biden administration. Trump alleged that during those years, the program suffered record-high call wait times, with some beneficiaries waiting more than 42 minutes on average just to speak to a representative. Field office wait times reportedly reached an unprecedented 32 minutes, and the backlog for disability claims hit the longest ever in recorded history. These, he argued, were not just inconveniences, but signs of deep operational dysfunction. Trump went further, suggesting that under Biden, the Social Security Administration was going to be destroyed if changes weren't made. He painted a picture of systemic neglect, accusing his predecessor of allowing a core pillar of American retirement security to deteriorate. Whether or not one accepts the severity of these claims, the takeaway for viewers is clear. Trump wants to present his administration as the one that rescued Social Security from the brink of collapse. This sets up his next point, introducing the person he says is leading that turnaround. Trump spent notable time introducing Frank Bisignano, his appointed commissioner of the Social Security Administration. Bisignano's resume is heavy with corporate leadership credentials. Former chief operating officer of J.P. Morgan Chase, CEO of First Data, the largest payment company in the world at the time, and later head of Fiserv after a major merger. Trump described him as a legendary figure in the business world, praised by major financial leaders like Jamie Dimon, and someone known for taking struggling organizations and turning them into success stories. The underlying message here was that running Social Security requires not just a government mindset, but a business-minded approach to efficiency and results. By spotlighting Bisignano's track record, Trump aimed to reassure seniors that the agency is in the hands of someone capable of navigating complex operations. Bisignano, for his part, echoed this sentiment in his remarks, pledging to modernize the SSA, eliminate inefficiencies, and put customer service at the forefront, a promise that would tie directly into the next set of improvements Trump outlined. According to Trump, service delivery at Social Security has improved dramatically under his watch and Bisignano's leadership. He claimed that field office wait times have dropped 30% since last year, and that call wait times are down a staggering 73%, even as the agency serves twice as many people per day. This, he said, is not just a statistical improvement, but a shift toward meeting seniors' needs more quickly and with greater efficiency. Another major change has been in the disability claims process, where the backlog is reportedly down by 26%. Trump linked these results to specific management actions, ordering government employees back into offices full-time, implementing more efficient workflows, and expanding digital access. He contrasted this with the previous administration, which he claimed left systems offline for excessive maintenance, making it harder for people to get help. These operational gains, he argued, are proof that strong management can deliver real benefits to seniors. One of Trump's most headline-grabbing announcements was that his administration had passed legislation to eliminate federal taxes on Social Security benefits for most seniors. Calling it part of his Big Beautiful Bill, Trump framed this as a direct fulfillment of a campaign promise, designed to let retirees keep more of the money they earned and paid into the system. He presented this as a matter of fairness, that seniors, after a lifetime of work and contributions, should not have their benefits reduced by federal taxation. For viewers, this kind of policy resonates because it has an immediate and measurable impact on monthly budgets. By removing a tax burden, retirees could see hundreds or even thousands of dollars in additional income over the course of a year. Trump underscored that this was a concrete action, not just a pledge, suggesting that his administration has already delivered tangible financial relief to millions of older Americans. Perhaps the most eye-catching claim of the entire briefing was Trump's assertion that his administration had removed 275,000 ineligible individuals, many of them undocumented immigrants, from the Social Security rolls. He argued that this purge protects the program's solvency by ensuring only legitimate beneficiaries receive payments. In addition, the administration reportedly cleared 12.4 million names from the database that were listed as being over 120 years old, with some records showing beneficiaries as old as 160. Trump said some of these accounts were still receiving payments, suggesting large-scale fraud or error. This fraud cleanup narrative serves a dual purpose. First, it appeals to those concerned about government waste. Second, it reinforces the idea that the administration is actively protecting the trust fund from abuse. If accurate, these actions could represent billions of dollars saved, but they also raise questions about how such errors persisted for so long. For many viewers, the mere idea that these names existed in the system will fuel concerns about oversight prior to these reforms. Bisignano himself spoke about transforming the SSA into a digital-first agency, with a goal of getting 200 million Americans signed up for online SSA accounts by the end of next year. This would allow beneficiaries to manage their benefits, update personal information, and access services without needing to visit an office or wait on hold. He linked this to other service improvements, like cutting field office appointment times to an average of 6 minutes and dramatically reducing phone wait times. By focusing on digital tools, Bisignano is betting on efficiency and accessibility as the future of Social Security service delivery. This approach could be especially beneficial for people in rural areas or those with mobility issues, who may find it difficult to visit a field office. However, it also raises the challenge of ensuring older Americans have the resources and skills to navigate online systems, something that will need attention if this vision is to succeed. Trump used the briefing to connect Social Security's stability to broader economic metrics under his administration. He pointed to reduced inflation rates, falling gasoline and energy prices, and record-high stock market gains as factors that indirectly support the program. Stronger markets can mean better returns for trust fund investments, and lower inflation can help preserve the real value of benefits. He also highlighted tariff revenue, claiming the U.S. was taking in hundreds of billions, even trillions of dollars from other countries, and using this as proof of effective economic management. Whether or not tariffs directly bolster Social Security funding, Trump's strategy here is clear: position economic growth as the foundation for benefit security. This messaging appeals to voters who see a healthy economy and a healthy Social Security system as inseparable goals. Responding to persistent claims from Democratic lawmakers like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders that he intends to cut Social Security, Trump was blunt and combative. He accused them of spreading lies to terrorize seniors, calling Warren a liar and mean person, and labeling Sanders as wacky, but still sharp. This sharp rhetoric is aimed at discrediting critics and reinforcing his image as a protector of Social Security rather than a threat to it. By addressing these accusations head-on, Trump not only defended his record, but also sought to reassure seniors who may have been influenced by opposing political narratives. He framed his critics as politically motivated and out of touch with the reality of his policies, emphasizing that his administration's actions, from tax relief to fraud prevention, stand in direct contrast to the idea of benefit cuts. In his closing remarks on Social Security, Trump returned to the theme of long-term stability. He claimed that the program, once projected to face insolvency within a few years, is now secure for 90 years and beyond under his leadership. This is an extraordinarily confident projection, meant to leave viewers with the sense that Social Security is not just safe for now, but for generations. He tied this assurance to the combination of leadership, operational reforms, and fraud prevention measures implemented over the past months. Whether one accepts this projection or not, the intended message is one of confidence and capability. That his administration has not only stabilized Social Security, but positioned it for enduring strength. For seniors worried about outliving their benefits, this is a message designed to reassure and to secure political loyalty. So, after hearing these claims, from sweeping service improvements to tax relief for seniors to fraud crackdowns that removed millions of questionable records, the big question is, will these changes truly safeguard Social Security for the next 90 years, or are they more about politics than policy? For millions of retirees and future beneficiaries, the answer could shape financial security for decades. We'll be watching closely to see how these promises hold up and whether the reported improvements continue in the months ahead. What do you think? Are these steps enough to guarantee Social Security's future, or do you see gaps in the plan? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe to Social Security Post, and hit the notification bell so you never miss updates that could impact your benefits and your retirement.